Welcome back. You are still watching The Link right here on SABC1. I'm Mzansi Fo Sho. Don't forget to interact with us throughout the show by hashtagging us, hashtag The Link. Joining me in studio is makeup artist, hairstylist, fashionista, fashion stylist, and I'm sure soon to be fashion editor somewhere, Nthato Mashishi. You know, Ufeni the Link. Presenter,
yes. You must have me an office here now. I must have a desk.
Because but I mean, it's because of who you are and what you do. And I think most of the times when people have you on the show, the fashion police, fashion. Some people don't really know what Nthato utomile guy and Utlaha guy, like what you do, for instance.
Yes.
You're from Alexander, right?
I was born in Soweto. I'm a Sowetan by birth. Yes, I was born in Barra. You know, I'm from Deep Cliff, Kozonwan, go Jazzville, and my parents moved to Alex. But I like to say that I'm from Alex because I grew up in Alex. You know, most of my life. And I trained as a makeup artist, and I went to school for it. And I trained as a hairstylist. I went to school for it. And yes, and I joined the industry about 11 years ago. Going
into the beauty industry, obviously it's very diverse, because I mean, a lot of girls, I think sometimes they want to be a makeup artist because they think no, it's the shorter route, you know, the easiest way to make money.
I'm glad that you're bringing this question, because as a makeup artist, you can do so many things, but you need to, if you've got the education, understanding the psyche of like how these things work and all of that. It's not about just putting the hair in and just putting the relaxer and all of that. So there's a whole lot of things that comes into place, and you have to sit behind that desk and learn the theory. You need to know the demographics, you need to know the politics, you need to know the social, you know, like standing of the product. So there's a whole lot of things that comes into it, and that's where research comes in as well, you know, because Nthato Mashishi researches every day of his life. That's why I stay on top of my game.
Do you still remember the first face you painted?
Yes.
And who was it?
You remember that music video, Libo Tembi, Libo Wonders, Blow Me Nice,
nice.
Yes, that is my first work on TV.
Oh, wow.
That woman, she said to me, and I said, no, but I'm still at school. She's like, she dropped the phone, she's like, no, my production manager will call you. We'll see you next week. Bye. You know, and you know, here I am today.
Which one is your favorite, hair or makeup? You have to choose one.
Let's see. I would say makeup. I would say makeup because makeup, you tend to find, you know, your signature. You know, like for instance, I specialize in high fashion. Why I love high fashion? It's simple. I like creating. I don't like following. I like to be followed.
True. And I've seen with I mean, Fashion Week, some of the hairstyles you've done. The mohawk. Let's talk about the mohawk that you did on Mini Dlamini.
Oh yes, yes.
About a year ago.
The Maasai braid.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
How do you come up with a concept like that?
You look at your surroundings, what inspires you, you know, and you create a story. It's all about story. Those hairstyles I was inspired by the greatest African queens that ever lived, and that was a Maasai queen. You know, I was paying homage and saying, hail the queens, you know, like you've been there before us, and I respect you. This is what I can salute you with.
Now, Nthato, you are the brains behind Bonan's look. Tell me more about them.
I think it's a relationship that you have with the human being that you're touching the face. Because with me, every human being, I make sure that, you know, they feel comfortable in my hands. And I make sure that I learn what they're all about. Because even Lerato, I can't just come and just slap Lerato and whatever. I need to learn. I get into your psyche, you know, like, and say, what does Lerato do? What does Lerato believe in? What does Lerato want to be perceived generally? What look is she going for? Same as like musician, when you look at my Figizolo, you know, like I've been working with them for quite a long time. You know, yes, you know, I listen to their music, their new project. I listen to them. They bring me the tapes first and say, okay, let's listen to this and find out, okay, what style are we going for, you know. The
other department where you're really good at is fashion. I mean, we always talk about your fashion sense when you're on the show. Your fashion, how would you define fashion, Nahal?
My fashion, it's simplicity with a lot of statement. That's what I love, you know.
That's true. I agree with you.
And I have fun with it. Like now, you know, like you can choose any accessory that's a statement, which is my brooch, or my jacket could be a statement piece, but I'm demurred, or my shoes can be a statement piece as we're sitting, or my socks can be a statement piece. up to you, but they work, you know, they're simple.
Thank you so much for coming through. It's always a pleasure having you here. And I'm sure we're going to have him again like in 2 days' time. But I'm on the link. You are on Twitter, on Facebook?
Instagram at Nthato Mashishi. And then on Twitter, Nthato Mashishi. And you'll find me there. I mean, people must just, you know, converse with me.
Thank you so much for coming through, babe. Do make sure that you follow him on all the social networks. That is Nthato Mashishi. Right now, though, it's time for us to take a look at the beauty box.